also in the community, which the LGBTQA community, they basically it's not as very big here in Oklahoma.
What,
and here
what kind of what was
LGBTQA.
Okay. No, he said it. And I was sort of like, what?
It's like it's a tongue twister, y'all. It's like I don't want to say the gay community. Welcome back to Let's Really Talk with Scandalous Tales Edition. Currently, we have here the beautiful, the talented, the creative, Corri.
Yeah.
And we also have over here Mr. Macintosh, Ron.
Hello. Thank you for joining us.
And you got me, Carlos, from Scandalous Tales, Christian. So, Corri, the first question I feel like that needs to be answered is, what brought you to the show? Like, how did you find out?
I got talked into it.
Like, who talked you into it?
Ashley and Alex actually forced me to be SASHA.
They forced you.
No, I think you be best playing SASHA. I didn't really have a choice.
So did you was there another part that you was thinking of?
I don't remember actually. I think I auditioned for, was it Chantel? Was it Chantel?
I don't think
I
you
don't
did
remember.
audition for Chantel.
I wanted
really
to
think
read-
It was like, you're gonna do Sasha.
Yeah.
We did kind of like bully
Great
her.
decision.
They bullied you.
It's like, you're gonna do
Well, you'll
it.
hear, folks, they bullied her basically to be in this role.
So, it is what it is.
Did
It
an
worked
amazing
out.
job.
Well, thank
Yes, you did. Honestly, my thing is, it's so hard to think about there being another person that played Sasha, really, because it's always been day one.
Right.
And it's like, so basically, when I first met you was, mostly I feel like you was mostly known as being like a hairstylist for women. Is that how they knew you? Was
Yeah.
basically from you basically doing your styling?
If you knew me like a couple years ago, you probably know my name was Miss Diva Doll. I used to be a model back in the day, way back in the day. So I kind of disappeared a little bit and then came back and really just took my craft seriously. So I actually rebranded into Corri James exclusive, and then that's how everybody knew me then. But
Because I know that's why I also knew that you did that change right
Yeah.
there. So of course, there was some changing with Instagram and everything like
Yeah.
that.
Yeah, I rebranded. First it was Diva approved, and then I changed everything. So I wanted to take a little bit more serious. I need something grown up. So
Something more grown
yeah,
up. Okay.
grown up. Yeah.
I want to back up into, we all know you as Corri J, the hairstylist, the artist, breast cancer survivor, but who is Corri and where is she originally from?
I'm from Spencer. Y'all can't hear
Spencer,
it.
Oklahoma, 73084.
73084. So, yeah, I'm from Spencer. I've been born and raised in Spencer all my life. And I'm just a regular, average, shy person. Like, I'm very chill, laid back. Like, you wouldn't even expect me to play a stripper because I'm so laid back.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
What was life like for you in Spencer? Any siblings?
Yeah, I have 2 little sisters. I'm the oldest, of course. And, it was nice. Just a regular country little girl. Yeah.
Simple life.
Yeah.
What makes you happy outside of all your businesses that you have going on?
Me time.
That's very important.
Cause I'm really a water baby. So like the way I wind down is I take showers or I take baths, and that's my me time.
Gotcha.
So after all of that, and then eating, I'm cool. Like I like to eat
What's your favorite food?
wings,
Wings,
pickles, and Oreos.
Which flavor?
Wait, yeah, that's the same. What's the season?
lemon or buffalo.
Gotcha.
Yes.
Buffalo.
And they got to be some good wings with the gristle too. Y'all can't,
Don't be cheating around on that sauce, basically.
Right.
So, fast forwarding from your childhood up until, I think it was back in 2015 when you were diagnosed with breast cancer. What was that moment like for you?
It was almost like a relief because originally I went to two doctors before, and I kind of told them like I know something else is wrong. Like they tried to say it was fibroids, and I was like, no, I know something else is wrong because I eat pretty healthy. I did work out kind of regularly. They was like, well, stress. I'm like, okay, it's not stress. I don't drink soda, no coffee, none of that stuff. So I'm like, there's got to be something else. So I did tell them, I'm like, I think I have breast cancer. So when they gave me the results for the biopsy back, it turned out to be breast cancer. So at first it was like a relief, like, okay, you finally heard me. Then it was like, okay, what do I do next?
Isn't that crazy to think that you basically was able to somewhat diagnose yourself
Yeah.
before they even did that?
And it's because, like, you have to be in tune with your body. Like, you know better than anybody. And even if you don't really medically know exactly how to, like, figure out what's going on, like, you know your body. So when they said that, I'm like, no, there's something else going on. Because I know my daily activity. I know what I put in my body. So there's something else.
And then also, my thing is, I mean, that must have been, obviously, it's a horrible experience to have to even go through. But at the same time, it's like, how was you able to maintain while you were going through everything? How was you able to continue on thinking, you know, like you thought you did everything right. You was working out, you was eating healthy, you didn't drink soda, you just basically watching what you was eating and taking in, and just to think, you know, like, why me?
Yeah,
and,
no.
and that's a big question. And I know that's always the hardest thing to think about. And I know that's where people go in that dark place. And how did you manage to keep, like, triumphing on, you know, and basically with your beliefs and everything?
Honestly, I went to that dark place. I think I had to be there to even get out of it, because I went through, like, okay, why me? And then I went through the whole thinking, like, okay, what did I eat? What did I do? And then it was like, when I went through chemo, and this, I know this is gonna sound real dragon doom, but I was just like, I'm ready to go. I'm tired. And I did that a couple of times. But I guess it took me to really go through it, to really just say, okay, like, 1 hour at a time, 1 day at a time, 1 week at a time. And when I got past the chemo part, oh, it was uphill from there. I was like, okay, I'm good. But I think you really just have to go through those motions in order to really realize, like, I'm fighting it and I'm beating it. So, you know, how can you really just want to just leave from it? You know what I mean?
Right. So, and then ever since you conquered it and kick its ass, you've been able to just give back to the community and also be a part of, you know, the breast cancer awareness community. And how have you gone forward with doing that?
Well, lately I kind of slowed down because I need my peace of mind.
Right.
But it would be a lot of young women, a lot of girls inboxing me, wanting me to, like, talk about it. And I did a couple of events where I spoke on going through breast cancer, a couple of podcasts. And I don't mind talking about it at all. But there came a point where I was like, okay, I need to kind of take care of my mental health first, and then I can come back and just say, okay, I'm ready to talk about it some more. But
see, like, I don't think other people think about that also.
Yeah,
like, I mean, most people, of course, they're eager to ask questions, obviously, because I've seen someone who has that experience and who survived, you know. It's like, I don't think they realize how much keeping talking about it is gonna bring back memories.
Yeah, it does. And you gotta really just, like, take it moment at a time. Like, there was a lot of things. I was very open about it. You know what I mean? I was very open about what I was going through, but then there were still some things that I never said, to where I had to deal with it mentally, and then I was able to come back and say, you know what, okay, I'm ready to share it. But there's still a lot of things I haven't mentioned about it at all, because I'm like, Lord, I was talking about it the other day, I start crying. So it's still times where I'm like, okay, I gotta piece back myself first.
So speaking of that and your mental health, popped in my head, who was there, or did you have that support system whenever mentally you're distraught, you're breaking down? Did you have that support system with family or friends or anyone that was there to just keep pushing you or uplifting you during that time where you was just like, I don't know what to do?
There were a few that tried. And I always say probably not often enough. I'm not going to go into detail. But it does feel like one of those things of where you're going through it alone. You know what I'm saying? And there were a lot of people at the time to where they pretend to be, but they really weren't.
Gotcha.
Yeah, so then, like, you dealing with something like that by yourself, like, I mean, like, going to chemo treatments by yourself, going to ER appointments by yourself. It's like, okay, well, I mean, how am I supposed to figure any of this out? But there were a couple ladies, there were a couple people, and there were a couple ladies that, you know, in time kind of came around, and it did help a little bit, but, you know, we on camera, so. We on camera, so.
She's like, I ain't giving out names.
I ain't airing them out, but it's all good.
We want the deets, we want everything. That's just like, this is like basically a widespread right now.
I'm honest, but I ain't gonna do it
Expose.
like that.
Gotcha. Question, and this will be my last question about that because I don't want to bring up old memories.
Right.
Going through this, you know, mentally, I'm a woman. Physically, I look at myself. How my breast makes me a woman. When you were going through this and your surgeries, everything, did you ever at any point feel less than a woman?
Yep, I did. So, okay, I had a double mastectomy December 2018 or 2015. And I was all for it because I'm like, if that's what y'all need to do, go ahead and do it. Plus, I knew that I was getting new boobies. So I was like, okay, you know what I'm saying? I want them both to be even. So I was all for it. And then once they did it, I could not look in the mirror. Like, you get a drain, you get a bra, you get a drain to make sure all the fluid drains out. I couldn't do that myself. One, because depending on where the drain was, I couldn't get to it. And then two, I couldn't look at myself in the mirror. So then, like, it was... I say about a month. I say about a month until I really actually was able to really take the bra off, to really look down and see what I look like. So after a while, it did kind of bother me a little bit, but then I don't know what it is about me. Like, in public, you might not really realize that I'm going through something because I really just hold this little face.
Yeah, you're very laid back.
I'm very laid back because I was taught to be strong and not really just show that side to the outside world. So it was really easy for me to go through my stuff and then just be cool. So I don't know how I did it behind the scenes, but there was a lot of times I cried about it and was like, I just want to be normal. And sometimes I still say that in a way because I'm like, I just want to be normal. But then I have to realize that this is my new normal. So I got used to it after a while, having nothing there. Didn't have to wear bra, didn't have to wear the silicone inserts. I was good. I was like, okay, I'm liking this. But then once I got around to like having the surgery, I'm like, okay, I think I'm ready because I want to wear what I want to wear. I want to be back to myself without having to really stress about anything that I was back in the day. I guess
I remember, like, after that period of time, after you had the surgery, you know, that you were just gleaming from it. You're like,
right.
Look, y'all.
Right, I was. And you know what? I'm gonna tell y'all a secret too. So the whole time, like season 1, women's film, I was going through reconstruction surgery.
Right.
There was it either once or twice that I had to get a reposition, or either it was I had to get one of them bursted or something. I think one of them bursted. But so the stripper scene when me and Ashley Nia was in the bathroom at OG's and I was supposed to take her number. So that clip is posted on Facebook, right? So there were a lot of people talking about how uneven my breast was,
really?
Not realizing that I was going through reconstruction. At first it didn't bother me, but then I did have one good cry, y'all. I had one good cry about it because I was like, dang, people are so mean. And
they don't know.
And they don't know.
Everyone needs to make sure to think about their actions. She has gone through a lot.
But they still gave us them views. So.
Right, yeah. After a while, I was like, I mean, it is what it is.
At first, I think, was like a little anxious about doing that? See, like, basically at the strip club, basically from all these people, and then at the same time, you're just like, okay, I'm having to go out here with a tough, strong face, and face all these people, and be dancing.
Yeah, and be dancing, and try to dance anyway, y'all. Cause y'all knew I do a good two-step. I don't know about sweet on the pole. Do y'all remember I had an anxiety attack right before I went on stage? Do y'all remember that? Yeah.
I wasn't in that room with y'all because it was so small.
They basically
it was a lot going on.
That was the worst film night ever.
Ooh,
it was a long day. It was hot. There was police outside. And then also the music was super loud to where you can barely even hear us talk.
Yes.
And then so of course she's in there in this little small room where at one point they rarely would let anyone in the room.
Yeah. Oh my god.
So then we're just like
that
all
was our
sitting
first
out.
night filming too.
First night.
First night.
Jesus.
Yeah.
Came a long way. Came a long way.
Congrats on being a cancer survivor and free from all that. So I applaud you on that and everything that you do.
Thank you.
So also, I wanted to talk about is that I don't think a lot of people know. I don't think a lot of people know is that you are an artist.
Mm-hmm.
Basically, that's something that it's been like always like it was like past like a couple of years now. It's like I found out about that, and now it's become more of a bigger passion. Because at first, I remember coming to your home, and you had these beautiful paintings, over y'all's fireplace, and then I was like, okay, you know, but now you're able to start making art, and I know you've been doing it for other people, and I forgot what is the style of that art? Like, what is the
Abstract.
Yes,
Yeah.
okay. Because that's like what I was wanting to know is because, you know, she makes very beautiful abstract art. You mix all these different colors. You even put glitter in there.
Yeah.
And that's like something I was like, you know, is that something becoming more of like your other business in a way?
Kinda. I think now what it is I do it based on like feeling how I feel. Cause like I can do anything on canvas, but if I don't feel like it looks good, then I feel like I just ruined the whole canvas. So I try not to really base it off that because like it's just like hair. Like I love hair. I've always wanted to do hair since I was
right
very young. So this was like my other side. I did this with my grandma. She did crafts and painting, and my aunt did crafts and painting and stuff like that. So it's like another side of me, and I don't want it to really make it seem like a job. So whenever I feel good, I'm like, okay, let's get it.
Is that something that is more so like you getting to spend your me time?
Yeah. Because anything that I feel, you'll see it on the canvas, and usually 9 times out of 10, when somebody looks at it, and they'll like kind of explain how it feels to them. It's like, yeah, that's kind of what I go for. Sometimes I don't see what they see on canvas, which is why I like abstract. You know what I mean? So, yeah.
You can find that at Corri J Artistry.
Yep.
We'll have all her links listed below.
I be trying to do everything.
She does. I've been noticing that you've also like started taking on a new platform with it and trying to create a new experience for other people to meet each other and do social outings together and social meetups. So what made you like want to decide to start doing that?
I tried, but you know what? Nobody likes to participate in Oklahoma. But you know, I wanted something other than clubbing. Like, let's go eat.
Right. This my
let's
thing
go
is
like skate. You know, yeah.
It's like that's my other thing is that, you know, most of the time that's what most people picture us as. We're just usually just in the nightlife only. Whenever that's why the show was also created, and that, you know, Alexander basically made it to where now we're gonna show more daytime stuff. We're gonna show, you know, what their lives are actually like. It's not based out in the club. And I feel like that's also what you was trying to do, was trying to take a step away from that. You know, and it's like, I mean, what do you think of your opinions on that though? On just why it might be just nightlife, even though, because you're not the most. I don't think you don't really go out that much, really. And if she does, it's like gracing her appearance for us. I'm over here like, oh my god, you're here.
Yeah, I don't fool with the. It's only because I've been doing it since I was like 15. So once you do it for that long, it's like, okay, I gotta find something else to do. And then I'll be tired by 9 o'clock, y'all. So I'll be ready to go by 1:30. Like, okay,
Mama's tired.
I'm gonna go. But I don't know why it's so based off of club life.
That's a good question.
Why is it based off nightlife?
Everybody wants to get lit by going out to the club and to the bar and staying in one space for 3 hours doing nothing but loud music, smoke sometimes.
And doing this. Because really y'all don't be dancing. This new generation be doing this. Like, what y'all doing? Yeah.
But I mean, I just think that's just always crazy how that always works out, you know, and it's just, I just don't understand how that could be whenever, you know, we have so much to offer, and that's why we're trying to present a new platform on different ways, you know, if it's on Facebook social meetups, if it's, you know what, let's go skating, let's go do this. It's like, you know, why, I just don't understand why nobody wants to go and do all these things. Like, why does nobody want to connect anymore?
Right, yeah.
And maybe that's something y'all can answer.
So I have some questions for all three of y'all. I'm sorry, Corri. So you were on season 1. So I know we kind of scraped the surface of that, but how did you, it was your first time acting?
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
So how was it for you? Being on camera, seeing it, being SASHA?
So it was so hard for me to look at myself on camera. It is. Even though, like, okay, I used to do modeling, did like a couple of TV things here and there, but this was so hard. First of all, because I hate my accent, because I know I'm country as hell. But watching it and seeing how, like, I don't know that, I think people thought I did a good job, which is great. You know, I tried my best. But it's like seeing you act and seeing how you are in real life. It's like that's not too much different. Like it looked like I was comfortable in a way. Like I was being myself, but I really wasn't myself.
Right.
It was just weird. It was weird.
Yeah. You're one of the most liked characters.
Yes, one of the favorites right
here.
here.
So, every time we upload an episode, where's SASHA?
Where's SASHA?
So where is SASHA?
I don't know, child. I don't know. People keep asking me, and I'm like, look, y'all just gotta watch it, figure it out, cause I don't know.
Watch the first episode of season 2.
Yeah, I don't know.
So I think my favorite scene to film with everybody was when y'all was at JoJo's house and Carlos came over, and it was just so funny. It was so funny. I feel like everybody's facial expressions were on point. So what was your favorite scene to film, Corri?
Let's see, my favorite scene to film. It actually might have been that one because really that was halfway off script all the way.
It was. Y'all improv like a lot, like yes.
Like people in that, and then the hotel scene we did.
That was also an
Because
amazing scene.
Yes, and my jaw was really dropped for real. I'm like, what's going on?
There was a lot. There was so many accidental things. Like I really ripped his shirt and everything.
Yeah.
Basically, at that point, at one point, you're just like, okay, girl, we gotta go. You're like, come on, we gotta push it out
here.
But it turned out good.
It did. It turned out real good. That was because at last minute we had to change up the script a little bit because we didn't have somebody on set. But it turned out good, and I think it kind of turned out better than what was written. So kudos to y'all. Y'all did a good job. So who was your favorite person to act with? Because I know you had interactions with Nia. You had interactions with Carlos, JoJo,
basically almost
Macintosh. Nobody liked
She didn't have any interaction with me.
Yeah, well, I mean,
it was like
the
hotel
last
scene.
Yeah.
The hotel scene.
Okay.
I'm gonna say JoJo because AJ, I don't know what he be doing, but AJ is a mess.
Baby, listen.
Let me hold my pearls.
I just cannot. When he do them gas, when he just turn his head, that's a wrap for me. That's all it takes. And then the office scene, he did an office scene to where he was going to the door and I think he was delivering pieces and he turned around and say, what did he say? Girl, bye?
Yeah.
Bye. Well, bye, girl.
I was done.
Yeah.
But I'm going to say him just because he's so goofy. And I don't ever know what to expect. And even though we got something written down, he do something different every time. Like, Lord.
What about you, Mr. McIntosh or Ron? What was your favorite scene to film?
My favorite scene to film. I really enjoyed all of the scenes. I enjoyed the scene Nia coming. One of my favorites is when Nia came home late from SASHA's house, and she and I got into it at the house, and she went and took a shower and started crying. So I was like, "Really, Nia?" So yeah, that was one of my. It was kind of like payback for my character. So yeah, that was one of my favorite scenes. And we had the dog there, so the dog was in the scene.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Do you think that a lot of people, because you're nothing, do you think you're anything like Mr. McIntosh?
Oh no.
Yes, he is. He's
really not.
He's so mean to me.
No. He's one of my favorites. That's why I'm always messing with him. But no, I'm nothing like Mr. McIntosh. Nobody likes him, and the thing is, I'll tell people that's just a character. It's not really me. I've had somebody that's like, I like the show, but I don't like you. I'm like, so you don't like the character, or you don't like me, Ron? So, but yeah, he's an ass, and people will see why he is the way he is in season 2. So yeah, but he is an ass.
I love Jacob though. Probably because that evilness and that, but I feel like season 2 is your redemption. Like, I think people are gonna understand why. It's not an excuse.
It's not an excuse
for why you're acting the way you're acting, but I think people will understand you a little bit more.
And maybe that will open up the door for other people to be understanding of people's genders, sexual preference, because it can mess with them mentally, and all that can pour out onto the people that they very love. It's because they have mental things going on in their head that they're battling sexuality, and it's like, man, I can't be myself, so I'm lashing out at you.
Yeah.
So this also goes back to basically kind of how what we were saying is that so what I think is still funny that so our characters are friends, but it's funny that you're sleeping with his wife,
Yeah.
and then I'm sleeping with his character.
Right.
You know, so of course, you know, we're basically the mistresses or, you know, secret lovers, and we both find out, you know, like, oh my goodness, we're sleeping with this couple, you
Right.
know. And that's why I thought it was like one of my favorite, you know, scenes to do, because it was like, it's just so organic. It was just so, it was, in a way, it was funny, because like literally, there's like, we had to do so many outtakes because we would just start laughing or just be like, looks like literally, I remember like I threw like that tissue at Nia's face.
I remember somebody did a cut.
No, but it was just like literally, and then, you know, also going into the scene where basically that other final scene, basically it was just all just going to blows.
Yeah.
But also, okay, so from mistress to mistress. Now this is a very controversial question.
Ooh.
Shit.
It is.
They're not, ooh, no.
Do you think it is okay? What do you think, or do you think it is okay for Jacob and Nia to cheat on each other?
No, I don't go for that.
So, but my thing is, if you think about it though,
Yeah.
you had someone who basically could not accept himself. Men, I don't know why men are not allowing themselves to accept themselves instead of just getting married and just staying in that relationship. You know, because obviously they were never going to tell each other in
Right.
the end. They were never going to tell each other anything. And then you got Nia, who was just so cooped up in being in the house, had no one to talk to, nothing. And then she becomes friends with your character, and then falls in love, you know, or falls in lust, you know.
Right.
So that's like another thing to think about. It's like, you know, it's like at the same time you're like, but at the same time, do you think it was okay for our characters, even though we secretly knew that your character knew that she's married. My character knew after a while, but still was like, oh, you know, I'll just turn a blind eye. You know, he's gonna tell,
And so many
he's gonna get
people
rid of
do
her.
that in real
They
life.
do.
They do.
They do.
So that's like something I didn't even know what your stance was about it. Did you think it was like okay for our characters to be just, you know, at first okay with it, you know, turn a blind eye, but then finally we both find out each other. We're like, okay, now this is just all messed up. This is all messy.
I don't live with mess. Like in my real life, because I am so chill, I don't do mess. So that to me, just, even though y'all not going to tell each other, okay, you know, you're
What's
not going
the
to really
point
come
of being
out.
together?
But
Right.
what's the point of being together?
Because the point of that is that, especially
Yeah.
for men will go and be in a relationship with a woman, have kids, and think this is the American dream.
Yep.
This is what I'm supposed to do. This is accepted.
Yep.
And everybody looks like, oh my God, y'all have such a nice family. And this man is out with another man at night. And it could be very much he's accepted that he's gay or bi, but he can't authentically be himself day to day in public
Out of fear.
because of fear or family rejection and people judging.
Yeah.
That's sad.
That's what it is. It's, you know, especially in like black families, you know, like when I came out, it was like, well, you ain't finna keep your little funny ass here. You finna get the fuck out of here. You think you finna sleep with me and you a little faggot?
Yep.
But that was what my mom and dad grew up like. Go get a husband, a wife, boyfriend, girlfriend. Little boys can't be doing hair and playing with Barbie dolls and stuff. So it's you mess up so many people that are raising their kids and saying to their children now, this is wrong. You don't need to be doing this. You are messing that kid up because they may say, okay, I'm straight. Then what happens whenever they have children? It's a generational curse. That's what-
Okay, so I'm basically very curious for all the other people out there. Okay, so I want to know
Do-do-do-do.
yours and Nia's sex scenes.
Oh, Lord.
It wasn't just one, it was multiple.
Oh, Lord.
How did you actually, you know, feel going in and being able to go and do that and film for that?
Okay. So me and Ashley are comfortable together because we're friends.
Right.
But when it comes down to that, I was nervous. Like, I didn't want to show nothing. Like, I didn't want to touch Ashley. Like,
you didn't want, and
nothing.
you also did not want any of the other cast members there.
Nope.
You're like, no.
Because,
That
listen,
makes it a little better when you don't have
Right.
the extra
It was just
people.
because I
Yeah.
was actually I was behind the scenes at every sex scene except for, no, I think I was at every sex scene.
Yeah.
Everybody else was sex scene. I was hiding behind doors or like laying on the floor laughing. But when it came to I was like, okay, I can't do this. But the one time that me actually had the first sex scene, she was the one that actually attacked me. No, and I'm not talking about it because it was written in the script. She was for real, like, attacking me. So I was like, wait a minute, okay, so we really gonna do this.
We're just getting all in here.
There was liquor on sale. Like,
And it was liquor
on every
yes.
set.
That night,
That liquid courage.
we filmed for a minute. We filmed a couple scenes that day. So when we finally got to that one, we were done.
Man.
And I don't even drink. We was done.
Yeah. Yeah.
But yeah, also another thing, I feel like I'm gonna be a fantasy killer. People need to realize they are not actually having sex.
Right.
They're not actually
Lord.
having sex. It's all pretend.
I know.
It's all
Yeah.
acting.
And people were asking like, so you messing with girls?
Yeah.
It's like, no, it was acting. Like,
Right.
you will be surprised how many times like, okay, is the pillow down there?
Right.
Hold on, let me is my underwear down far enough?
Right.
Can you see my underwear in the
That was probably the funniest scene to film. Sex
Oh
scene to
my
film.
God.
Yeah, people were like, y'all
It
were
was
naked. It's like,
hilarious.
no.
No. I was on the floor.
And then
I was on the floor.
It was so funny. It was so funny, y'all.
And then another thing was like on, especially how they always assume that, oh, this is our lives. It says, this ain't no reality show. This ain't no reality show. We're not, you're not really SASHA.
Right.
She's not really a stripper and everything. And also someone who's just like, oh, I'm gonna go after this married woman, And it's like,
Right.
he's not actually Jacob. He's not this horrible person. He's not this, big fancy lawyer who's like, taking down the town and sleeping with all these hoes. And now that doesn't make me a hoe though. Okay,
Well,
so first off,
well.
I'm gonna say just because like, oh, I'm sleeping with this married man, that's not me. That's like I don't. And then also in like season 2, I've had so many people be like, oh yeah, how's the tanning salon going? I don't work at a tanning salon in real life.
Wow.
Lord
No.
Jesus.
All right, yeah, so we are back at it, and we are about to play a game. They don't know what game we're playing, but we're just gonna play the Think Fast game. So I'm gonna say something to each one of y'all, and y'all have to the first thing that comes to your mind. No thinking.
Oh shit.
Okay.
I don't know if I can say that,
Yikes.
Okay, so we're gonna start with Jacob, and then go down. So, how long does it take you to get ready?
45 minutes.
Okay. Corey, first celebrity crush.
Amarion. Embarrassing. That was in my teenage years, dog. Cut it out.
Okay, Christian, place you want to travel.
Oh, Europe.
Okay. Jacob or Ron. I call them by their acting name all the time.
It's fine.
My bad. Who has it easier, men or women?
Women.
Wait a minute.
Women, I'm very sorry out there. A lot of women just probably pass out and was like, are you kidding me? No.
You really believe that?
Yeah.
You say yeah.
That's
okay.
only because that's just because I've never walked in their shoes and I've walked in a man's
Oh,
shoes. So I'm
okay.
like, man, it's tough. So I'm gonna say women have it easy.
So, trolls, you can go ahead and start.
They really ain't gonna like it. They don't like Jacob, they really ain't gonna like it. Okay. Corey, giving or getting?
Given.
Okay. Christian, say something in an Asian language.
Oh, you feel not do that.
You thinking too hard.
No, I'm over here trying to be appropriate.
Even if you gotta make it up. Just
I'm down. That's horrible. Now, no one tell me. I didn't want to answer that question. That's why I was thinking. I was like,
oh my god.
I believe it or not, I have beautiful Asian friends. I just don't know all the words or anything.
Alright, Christian, so we're gonna start with you and then go down. Milk.
Cereal.
Okay. Describe the perfect kiss in 3 words, Corey.
Slow, passionate, intense.
What chore do you hate doing?
I don't have one honestly because I love every chore.
Do you?
I really
used to do all my stuff,
I'm
man.
hands-on.
Right.
Yeah, I'm very hands-on.
Come to my place, do
Really?
some
Okay.
dishes, throw the trash out,
Alright. right. So now what we're gonna do is like a little improv, and then we're gonna do reactions to season 2. Okay.
Right now.
So y'all are actors, so we're gonna do a little improv.
Early.
So what I'm gonna have is Jacob. Okay, sorry, Ron and Christian. Lord, Ron and Christian. Y'all are gonna be 2 students waiting outside the principal's office because y'all just had a fight, and y'all have like 30 seconds and go.
You're so fucking stupid.
I told you I didn't even want to fight. You let your friends talk us into this.
You know what? You're the one that's going around talking smack about me.
I didn't say nothing. Robert said that.
I don't give a shit about what Robert said. You know what? Nobody even likes Robert.
I don't even want to talk to you because my mama gonna come up here and act a fool and I'm gonna get my ass whooped.
Oh, woohoo, mama's boy.
You lucky you mix.
Oh,
You don't have a black mama.
My light skin is a problem to you?
You know what I'm saying? You don't have a black mama. Wait till she gets here.
Oh, okay. You know, I don't care.
And see, that was funny, y'all. Oh Lord.
I thought she was going to be a part of this in a second. I thought she was giving the principal
She
coming
got
out.
her own thing coming up.
Oh Lord.
Oh.
Here we go.
And somebody can be the waiter. I'm gonna have Ron be the waiter. Okay. You were complaining to a waiter about the hamburger you ordered.
Oh my God. I just did this the other day. I'm sorry, but this is just a little pink. I wanted mine well done.
Did you tell me that when I took the order?
I think I did, but I don't know.
I don't have that on the ticket, but I'll take it back and see what we can do.
Okay, thank you. You know.
Okay.
You know, attitude.
No, I don't have an
Are
attitude.
you sure?
Yes, I'm sure.
Okay.
Just if you wanted that, then you should have just basically told me that when I took the order.
Oh, okay.
I'm like, excuse me? Manager?
Alright, so now we're gonna go ahead and do the reaction to season 2, episode 2, a particular scene. So I'm gonna start a little bit in Nia's scene first, and then let's go to the scene.
That's because my husband.
Can y'all see it?
I don't want to hear it though. You shot up a couple niggas too, right? Wow. Like you
So
sitting
you
across,
there?
you sitting across from a drug dealer trying to go off because I sent you to somebody else to get your drugs. I don't understand.
First of all, why are you saying it like that? Like I'm addicted or something? I'm addicted to no damn drug.
It
just takes the
I ain't off
edge
the edge. You like the last
Man, whatever.
You know, it's time for me to go. But next time I send you to Connie, don't be acting all stank and shit. When I tell you she's in charge, I mean that shit. Everybody ain't about to play with your ass.
Got a little fix. She feeling good.
Okay.
That's the kiss she was talking about. Slow, passionate, and intense.
Yes. That hair boy kills me.
Oh, Jesus.
I was so taken back.
He is just.
Go ahead then.
That's what they call it, cub on cub.
And I was like, what they call it?
That's what they call it. They say cub on cub. See that? Safe sex.
Yeah,
See
that was the thing.
Right.
Like, just pull that.
Woo. So
He was a clean cub. It's like they pulled it.
you is stupid. A clean club, a clean.
I remember I was like outside. I remember I was like
They have, like,
outside that
bears
room.
and cubs.
I didn't even know that it was going on that much.
Oh my God.
Right, so nobody seen it until because we didn't show y'all anything until.
No, I was
it released.
outside, like outside the development area.
Oh yeah, because you was there that night.
Yeah, I was like
But
in
she
the,
was
I was in the
like-
living room.
If I was the neighbors, I'd be like, what in the hell are they
Okay.
over there doing? Where their head was like, what in the
It
hell?
had to be more than one scene too.
Yeah, so believe it or not, that was clean cut compared to what we got on camera. Like for real.
I can imagine because Quest has no shame or holding
No,
back nothing.
no, nothing at all. So it was pretty funny to film that scene. So yeah, our first sex scene of was it our first sex scene?
Yeah, 2 guys.
Yeah, because we didn't have none of in EP1. But yeah, so we're gonna go ahead and close out. I definitely want to thank y'all for sitting with us. Thank you so much, Corri. We appreciate it. And y'all keep asking where she is. Y'all just need to keep. She in Mexico first and foremost.
Yeah.
You know, but no, for real. Just keep watching because we have something up our sleeve as far as the movie goes. So.
Future teaser. There.
But yeah, do y'all have any questions or anything else?
No questions. Well, let's ask you, what was your favorite scene?
It was when y'all was all arguing.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that one, and then the I wasn't there when you met up with Veronica at the restaurant, so I wasn't there. I had got off work late, but watching it when you improv, and you was like, "I'm a Macintosh."
Yeah,
Jacob Macintosh, bitch.
That was like
that was
everything
iconic.
to me.
That was iconic.
I was like, oh, he really don't want nobody to like him. But that I really enjoyed that one, like watching it because y'all improv, and I just kind of love to see y'all improv, anyways, because though we had a script, y'all followed the script, but not to the T, which I think made it a little bit more real. You know what I'm saying? So. Yeah, so I definitely want to thank y'all. What is in store for Corri in 2020?
To be honest, I'm really just working on my business.
Okay.
Working on my business, being consistent, working on myself. Whatever happens, happens.
I feel that.
Building her empire.
There you go.
She
Miss Entrepreneur.
she like Candy Burr. She can turn a shade tree.
Yo.
Boom.
All right, awesome. Well, thank y'all again. Again, this is Let's Really Talk Scandalous Tales edition. And until next time,